All right, let's talk about the Tennessee Titans, which are nowhere where we thought they would be a year or two ago. Vrabel may find himself on the verge of a hot seat here if he can't get some life brought back into this organization. Did they just have a down year? Are they going to have to tear this thing apart and rebuild it, or just reload, or what do you think?
I don't know. This one's tough because they've had so many injuries over the last couple of years, and obviously 2 years ago they had all the injuries, but end up as a one seed. This past year they weren't able to overcome all those injuries, and obviously AJ Brown getting traded is a huge part of that. Like the Eagles are in the Super Bowl now; they were the one seed in the NFC. Like that obviously made an impact, and so they're going to have to figure things out. Traylon Burks, is he going to be a guy going forward? He had flashes in the season in 2022. We'll have to see if he can build on that and be a guy in 2023. But they have so much more that they have to worry about. Is Tannehill a guy? He can be efficient, probably not a guy that's going to lead them to a Super Bowl. So they're going to have to figure out what are they going to do with Tannehill? What do you do with Malik Willis? Do you think he's going to be the guy? Do you start developing him? Do you try to make a trade with one or even both of those guys in this offseason and just have a completely new quarterback room with a rookie quarterback that you're able to get in the 2023 draft? There's so much that has to be figured out, not only with the quarterback, but the rest of the team. Obviously, again, because of the injuries, the amount of veterans they have on that team that have expiring contracts, so they need to figure out what are you going to do with them? Do you keep them on the roster for their cap hit, or do you move on from them? What guys are you going to need to bring in free agency? What kind of draft capital can you get? Like it feels like a full rebuild situation at the point that they're out. Obviously, Derrick Henry showed that he can still be Derrick Henry, but they have to figure out the offensive line. They have to figure out the pieces around them. So they're going to have to figure out a lot of things. They have a new GM coming in. Mike Vrabel's going to be there. We know he's a great coach. So you have a foundational piece you can build around and a great guy that you think can continue to mold the guys in the locker room. But they have a lot to figure out, and I'm very curious as a Colts fan. I'm intrigued to see how the Titans are going to handle this offseason, because this is going to be a huge building block on what Mike Vrabel and his coaching staff are doing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, great comments. It should be noted that the Titans, there's a rumor that they're trying to get the Bears pick, and the only reason to do that's get the quarterback you want. So that further inflates the suspicions about Tannehill. How long has Tannehill been in the league now? I don't remember. 10 years?
Somewhere around 10, yeah. It's been a little while now.
Yeah, and we have to be careful making more about that than it is, because they could just be looking for a quarterback to replace Tannehill in a couple years. But if they're trying to get to the number one pick, they're probably bringing a guy into play immediately. We've seen that too many times over the years. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in Tennessee. If they go complete rebuild, Vrabel's going to have to get a pass on, especially if they bring in a rookie quarterback, they're going to have to get a pass on their season and expect almost anything. I mean, they don't want to win, 4 games, but maybe they win 7. I don't know. But if they keep Tannehill and they try to make another run, I would think that, and I don't know what a run means. I don't know the Titans have the ass it takes to make a Super Bowl run next year. There have to be a whole lot of upgrades and a whole lot of things go their way, but they still should be contending for the division and for a playoff spot at least. If they just retool and try to make that run and he doesn't make it, is his job in jeopardy?
If I had to guess, I'd say no, because of what he had done before and assuming the situation. Obviously, again, we're early in the offseason here. That's kind of the point of this, kind of just assessing the situation. But I feel like with what we might see from the Titans and what they have to do in the offseason, in the situation he's going to be in, I think he's a coach that, with winning the division, 4 or 5 years in a row or whatever he did, I think he'll get a pass for having a down year or two.